people, welcome back. I'm Nat at Mud Magic. Thank you for joining us again for another Freddie Mercury Kiln unload. Hi Trace.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
That's good. I just realised I don't have my book, but it's just there. So say hello, and I'm just grabbing my book.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, well, drop my pen. Don't need my pen. Okay, so I'm not very organised, as you can tell. I don't even have like homework or anything. Like Mr. Bear's saying hello. He hasn't done that for a while.
No.
So I was actually thinking about putting a board up here with comment of the week on it. And if I did that, Sandy wins this week because she said I should have left that Keyboard Warriors comment up and let everybody go into war for me.
No, educate her.
Educate her.
Oh, yeah.
I love that wording. It made me laugh. I was like, yeah,
No,
I
I
should
saw
have.
that comment. I went, yup, that's perfect.
Educate her. I loved it. So that would have been on my comment for the week if I had that. Which does remind me, I do have one piece of homework. So as of yesterday, 2 weeks till I get to hug Jane at Shoebox Studios. So we are flying, or Greg, my husband and I are flying 5 hours over to Perth just so I can hug her for 4 days. We are not leaving her side for 4 days. We're going to do a little bit of fun. She's going to show me how she hand builds mugs, and we're going to have, like, the Unseths actually gave us this idea. They had a chat kind of thing where they just sat on a lounge and had a coffee and a chat. So we're going to do that. We've been tossing around whether to do it live or not, so we haven't decided on that yet. But anything and everything that we do is going to be on Jane's channel because we're going to be in Jane's studio. She's going to have a kiln unload ready and her dragon pieces are going to be in there. And I'm going to be there to see her hopefully cry tears of joy. So I'm so excited for that. I told her she's not allowed to sneaky peek because I want her genuine reaction to her dragons.
Yes, absolutely.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, Shoebox Studios, go and subscribe. She's hand sculpted some amazing dragons. She's got a medieval festival soon. But the reason I'm bringing it up as well is if you want to see it, you'll have to be on Shoebox, but also she is at 901 and maybe a couple more now subscribers, and she's really pushing for her 1,000, so please go and help her.
How cool it'd be for her to get to 1,000 while you're there.
Yeah, true. Let's do that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
let's push.
Let's get it to the 1,000.
I don't know how we can push it.
Just beg. Just beg. She's begging as well. So, and plus too, you'll get to see, we're going to hopefully, both of our husbands are going to be videoing our meeting, and there's going to be there's going to be hysteria. There you go.
Oh, what was that woman saying? Don't tune in.
No hysteria. So, tears, hugs, screams, everything, I'm quite sure. I can't wait. We haven't known each other that long, but we were just saying today, it feels like forever. And it feels like we have met with the, with your current technology. We video chat most days. Today, I am not exaggerating, not a word of a lie. We had a video chat today. Guess how long for, Trace?
I would say 3.5 hours.
5 hours. 5!
That was why you were making your peonies?
Yeah, so what we do is, because she is a potter, wholly and solely a potter, that is her job. I'm a potter, but I do have a job as well. So when we can combine where we're both doing our pottery, we like to chat at the same time on video chat because it makes the time go by, especially if you're glazing or something boring. So she was throwing mugs on the wheel today, and I have a custom order for 13 peony candle holder things. So I was making them. I also made a couple of bowls. Look at this that I made, which is probably going to crack everywhere. But so pretty. Can you see it?
Oh, pretty.
Flower. So I was doing a couple of little experiments like that, a little turtle. So anyway, I was doing all that while I was chatting to her. So 5 hours flew by. We had lunch together and everything. So that's what I mean. It feels like I've already met her. So it's really weird. So anyway, thank you, Poppy. This kiln is very hot, but I want to get it back on before my markets this Sunday. I'm spending the day with Trace tomorrow. We're going to see Cats. I can't wait. It's my favourite musical.
Yeah, so exciting.
So I can't do anything tomorrow, which is good. It forces me to have a break. But if I can get the kiln on now, I'm staying over tomorrow night with Trace. Oh, by the way, Trace, I'm staying over tomorrow night.
Oh, well, I expected because I didn't unmake your bed from last week.
Yeah, good. Yeah, see, we're always in each other's pockets. And then we're probably going to do brunch or something on Saturday. And then I'm going to come home. And then there'll be a kiln ready to unload again on Saturday. And then grind and, you know, clean it all up, price it, put it in the car ready for Sunday, for the markets on Sunday. So that's the plan. So we will have another one. In here is my massive big 5 kilo vase that Jeanette at Far Forest inspired me. Like it, don't love it. It's on the top, of course, because it's so big it had to be. My peony canister. So let's have a look. There's some special pieces in here. So first thing, I am going to need my gloves straight away pretty much. 6 just starting. Again, I forgot to turn him up. So we're still at 5 and a bit on the top, but yeah, already even just that was hot, even though I've had the lid open. So I can't even start with boring because they're all not necessarily blowing me away, but they're all interesting in their own right. So let's start with this one because it's a combo we've all seen again and again, but not the form. So
that's the individual.
But how much did it shrink? It's tiny.
Yeah, but that's good for a single serve of like party pies or sausage rolls or spring rolls and.
You know why it shrank? Because it's a different one. Oh my god! While I was talking to Jane today, I was glazing another one.
Oh, you're funny.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, it's way over there, and it's a fair bit. It's similar, but it sort of goes out wider, so that's funny. Anyway, beachy, oatmeal, solid on bloom light flux. But yes, I saw this at a market. My original teacher had made some, and I thought, oh, that's awesome for kids. For me, I love dim sims and soy sauce, mini Frank's tomato sauce, hot dogs, little
anything. So many. You could even do your individual. What do you? I can't think what you call it, but with your melted chocolate and
fondue.
Fondue.
Yeah, party pie, sausage rolls, even an olive thing for your olive pits. A little dip with a little carrots. Pistachio. Yes, so many things.
So many things.
So I'm hoping they'll be popular because I think they look cute. Now, I don't know what to get out because they've all got a story. So this is my first attempt. Like it, don't love it. This is going to be, I think, my thing for this kiln. Of the uncessed glaze. So my sunrise and my Charlotte took over the sunrise. But the handle is stunning. I love the handle. So I had to improvise a little bit because, but look how close that got. So that's the good thing, it didn't run off. So I only did the 2 coats like everybody says, and I'm impressed that it didn't fly off. I didn't have curry, so on the bottom I did marigold mixing clear because I thought that's stable. I'm going to do a stable celadon at the bottom, and I'm glad I did. Then I did sunrise. You can see a bit of the orangey colour there of the sunrise. Shallot, floating turquoise, and then I didn't have the green one, so I used soft green on the rim. And then I just did the marigold inside, marigold mixing clear. So yeah, like it, don't love it. There's nothing wrong with it, and I love the handle.
I love the handle.
Oh, the handle's great. The handle's much more drippy, but handles always are. They always run more. So yeah, pretty. It's still pretty. So there's another one in here, so we'll see further down. This was an experiment, and it worked, and I'm really shocked that it worked. I was talking to Jane about this today, and I showed her my before photo. I'll show you that side, they're bigger. that is Amaco's Golden Honey. I meant to look at the jar and I forgot. I didn't realise it's satin matte, which I don't really mind. But I've been wanting to try that for my canisters for the honey effect. And then I scraped an extra layer here. So it's like a little bit darker on the rim. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, you can. That's where your honey drips around.
Yeah. And then I put the Golden Honey first, which is a glaze. Then I put the underglaze transfers on top of the glaze. And I've told you guys before, you can do that if it's stable. I didn't know if it was stable because it's only the second time I've used it. Obviously it is. Didn't come off the bottom, be on the bum. And then the yellow is underglaze, which again I thought, surely the Golden Honey is going to eat up the yellow in the bees' bodies. And it's brilliant.
Oh, I just thought it was the yellow of the honey showing through.
No, see how it's brighter?
Oh, it's a different yellow. Yeah, that worked really well.
Yeah, and that's underglaze on top of a glaze. That's a designer liner yellow. So I am super happy. Apart from the satin matte, when it's cooled down, I'll have to have a feel of it, but that's more me and my preference than anything.
That colour, I love that colour.
That colour is perfect for honey. So for my canisters, that will be perfect. So that was a very successful little test. Then we have got, I don't want to show you that yet. I'm going to pull it out. This one is a work in progress. So this is the shells, the little sea creatures and shells have been covered up a bit. I don't know if I didn't tell you what they were, if you would be able to tell. So there's little, that was a octopus, a jellyfish, starfish, shell, octopus, turtle. I don't know if you really be able to tell what they all are.
I can't tell.
Yeah. I think in person it's a bit easier, but so that's a bit of a shame. I probably should have done it different, like a celadon or something. But anyway, that is Power Turquoise ×2, then 1 seaweed on the top and then oatmeal over the whole thing. And the last time I did that, I got more purple from the oatmeal, which I haven't got this time.
It just is, I can't see any purple on that. It just looks like it's a really deep greeny, bluey green. It
looks like Power Turquoise pretty much. Yeah. So, there's not much point in refiring it and reglazing it because that would just cover them up even more. So I'll still take it because there's nothing wrong with it. And again, it didn't run off, so that's really good. So my canister, so I made this canister and it was an enclosed pot and then I cut off the lid, which is my favourite way of doing canisters, but it is, you've got to really practice, and I'm starting to get the technique now, but the lid doesn't fit. I've already tried, but that shows the pink better. That's interesting. That was pointed towards the middle of the kiln where the darker pink at the rim. Near the edge of the kiln, the darker pink's gone, which is really funny. Yeah, that's a shame. So whether I bother to refire that. So that is Flux Blossom ×3 all over and inside as well. And then I used that blushing white because I knew I got the nice pink on it on the lid and on there. So it gives the impression of going from a darker to a lighter pink. So look at the lid. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, the lid's pretty.
Oh my gloriousness.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So that is the blushing. And look at how well the pink stayed all over that. So that's the Spectrum blushing. Oh, no, not Spectrum. Speedball. Blushing white, it's called, even though it's pink, on the lid. And then, of course, what's that? Jungle Gem.
Poppy Fields.
Poppy Fields in the peony. And then, as I've said to you before with the candle holders that I wanted to do, I just scraped Boogie Pink, Bougainvillea, just on the tip of the petals. And it's given that dark pink running down on the tips. And I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Remember I did it by mistake on one petal, on one?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, we should try that. So, but the lid doesn't, it did fit beautifully. And when I glazed it, I thought it's probably not going to fit. It kind of It's probably not going to fit because I put the glaze in there. But what I'm going to do is get that grinding compound and grind it. If that doesn't work, I'm going to get my Dremel onto it, and I will fix it. It may not look as pretty, but I'll just keep it because I think for a first attempt, I think that's beautiful. That's exactly the colour. This part you're looking at here, if you turn it around and you've lost the pink, not so much, but that was kind of what I wanted. So that form, I'm getting happier as well. So I did the whole thing, enclosed it, and then put a tool there to cut through, and then you make your little gallery, whatever it's called. And then the gallery inside I did have, but the glazes filled it in, which is why my lid's now not fitting. After biscuit fit beautifully. It was perfect, but the glazes filled it, which I thought when I did it might happen, but that was a risk I wanted to take just to see, because I'll know for next time. All right, who's ready to see the big vase? Oh,
yay!
That's like it, don't love it.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the copper float. Is it copper float?
Yeah. It hasn't gone coppery, but it's okay. This here is nice. Maybe I'll put some more light flux and get that more caramel from that's there, that lighter. So you look here, that lighter. If I bring that down more and lighten it and refire it. So what I did was 2 honey flux at the bottom and 1 river birch, 3 I think copper float in the middle, 2 amaryllis on the rim, and then light flux at both spots where they meet. And I love the runs at the bottom too. I love how copper float runs when light flux hits it. It's stunning. So
yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, so I might just put some more light flux up here down sort of halfway and see what happens, because I think that's the only thing that's offending me. Is the
I think the middle's just a little bit too dark.
I think it didn't get hot enough either, because I've had better results on copper float than that, and I think it just didn't get hot enough. And inside was just honey flux inside.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm prepared to refire it though, because the bottom, there's not much glaze intentionally on the bottom. So if I just keep the light flux up here, I'm prepared to risk it and just see what happens. But I can still, actually, I can put that
but I
in
have to comment on
kiln.
the shape and the size of it. It is stunning.
Yeah, well, I can put it back in the kiln now, actually. Yeah, I know, I'm so proud of that. I didn't talk about that. So Jeanette did a video. She went to a weekend learning how to throw large, and she inspired me to get out large clay again. I don't do it much because the amount of clay to the price that you can charge, it's just not worth it. I love, as you know, my passion is throwing large, but I don't do it often. The little handles were just an inspirational last minute add-on.
I love it.
I think they're cute.
Perfect.
Yes, so it was 5 kilos, which I think is about 11 pounds, something like that. And oh, that's right. And I used my groggy hand building clay off her video. They used groggy clay and it was much easier. Ripped her hands apart, but mine actually wasn't too bad. I didn't mind throwing with it, and it was much more stable using the groggy hand building clay. So that potentially is making the copper float darker as well, because it's a grey clay rather than white. Alright, I can't even remember what's in here already from yesterday. So we have got 5.5 almost. And then, oh, you know how sometimes I say you just got to put your hands on things? I'm getting it out because I've got to put my hands on it. Oh, that's cute.
Oh, cute.
A little Audrey Bowie starfish.
I love that.
Yeah, that's cute, and they're kind of like. So I've discovered with these kind of attachments, you're better off putting them on and forming them, but then taking them off or bisquing it all together, not attaching them, but bisquing them on there, taking them off, glazing them, and glaze attaching them. They don't crack. If you attach them at greenware as they dry, the tentacles crack off, or I find. So I just hang them over. I don't attach them. Bisque them hung over, take them off, glaze them, put them back on, and glaze adhere them in a glaze kiln. Look, and I got the wavies that we love.
Oh, and I love that.
Yeah, I love that. What is it? No idea. So I've got Ocean Bowl, but there's two. So it must be this one. They're very similar. So this is Power Turquoise and Spectrum's Teal Blue and Celadon Bloom on the little starfish.
Yeah, that's so cute.
That's really, I love this. As we always love this wavy look.
But it makes me think of the Louisiana Bayou glaze.
Yeah, it is a bit.
That combination that looks like that.
Yeah, that's hot. But that's, interesting, because last time I did the starfish, I used this sunrise and made them orangey pink, so that's a lot more muted.
Yeah, I like that.
So that is just a yarn bowl. That's just teal drift and floating lavender, one of each and then one of each again, just to get that tealy purpley that I love.
Yeah.
Which we've now discovered, Blue Flame, which I'll have in the next kiln. Blue Flame does that by itself, which I love. And another yarn bowl, which is Rainforest Snow that we love.
Yes. Oh, you've got weird different sort of spots, because you've got like the funny pattern.
Yeah, thick
but
and
in a good way, not wrong.
More interest.
It's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, thick and light coats. So I actually had to give myself a little talking to while I was while I was glazing this, because I was ready to give up. I had done 3 rainforest and then I had done 2 snow, and I was getting really tired, and I was like, I'll just do one more, that'll do. And I was like, no, you won't get the big oil spots, you'll be disappointed. So I forced myself to do the 4th coat, and yeah, you get those big oil spots if you do the 4th coat, which is what I personally love. So yes, it's always a popular combo, potters and customers alike. This one, that is from a couple of kilns ago. I had done, that's the Kiwi underglaze. Oh, from the Kiwi kiln. So that's the Kiwi underglazes that I had used the aerator. Oh, what do I call it? Never think what they're called. The air machine blower.
Atomizers.
No. Air gun. I don't know. But anyway, sprays on your underglaze. That's pretty. So there's 2 of them in there.
That is pretty.
Yeah. And just like blue on the bottom.
Is it the same glazes on the inside?
Yeah, that was the first lot. Remember when they all muddied because I went one over the other, because it's really hard.
But I actually really like the inside of that one.
Yeah, because the others were mugs, whereas with a bowl it's a bit easier because they're more open, but it's still a little bit muddy. But yes, I like it. It's nice. Pretty. So there's another one of them, because ramen bowls people like buying 2 the same, I've discovered. They hate buying 2 mugs the same because they want them mug to be individual.
Yes, and that's yours and this is mine.
Huh?
Yes, yeah. People like to go, well, this is mine and that is yours.
Yeah, or this is my mug, don't touch.
Yes.
And yes, it's very much a big thing here. I have tried making 2 mugs and then people won't buy because they're not getting an individual mug and they don't like it. So I don't do that anymore. So, last shelf, because we had that big vase. I'll get the boring one out first, which is the same. So that's just so they can have 2 if they want to. I just put chopsticks with it.
That is so pretty though.
That one's more yellowy inside. But that's good. Same but different. So it's just all underglazes with clear over. blue on the bottom of that one as well. So yeah, so they'll be hopefully popular at the markets. Okay, so then another boring one. That's the other B one. Oh, they've bled a bit. Isn't that interesting? Being down the bottom and a bit hotter maybe. The glaze moved a bit maybe. That's what I was thinking was going to happen on the other one. Look at this one. He's like he spluttered on a windscreen. But that's, yeah, again, good learning curve. Put it on the top shelf if you're going to do it. Or the coolest part of your kiln. So at least I got 1 out of 2, so that's all right. Okay, I don't know what to get out first because as usual I can't see from up here. Oh, that's pretty. So you guys have all been doing these blue and green combos, so I decided to try my own version. Oh, that's pretty. Look at the dribble down from the straw. Now, I don't want to admit that that's pretty. That is 2 glazes I don't like. But I like both of them on Honey Flux. So that is Honey Flux times 2, and that is Louisiana Bayou and seaweed. I can't say it straight with a straight voice. Seaweed. But I always love Louisiana. Well, I always love both of them on Honey Flux. But see how I love that pink line you get where they meet with Honey Flux. You always get that apricot-y line. So pretty. But look, I hope you can see inside the drippy dribbles.
The feathering.
Yeah.
And the inside.
From the Louisiana Bayou. So imagine doing that by itself on Honey Flux. Ah, pretty.
Yeah, pretty.
But yeah, I like that. So that was kind of inspired by Audrey Berm at Audrey Lynn Studios when she does her stroke and coats over Honey Flux with a finger. She wipes it on. So I was kind of inspired by that. But look at the blue dribble going down over the green. I love that.
Yeah.
Cute.
It's like a waterfall.
Much up the top. Yeah, it does a bit. Okay, this is boring too. It's all repeats. So that is the second piece in that rainbow attempt, which I think is a bit better actually. It's a bit more separated, the colour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that one better.
And that's in the hotter, so they're kind of moved
And there's a
equally.
bit more sunrise in the bottom of that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know that I had, I think it's like 5 or 6 colours, and I started 2 wider bands. I started running out of space, so I kind of had to make them smaller. But that's all learning. So I do still like, I love both of them. They're both pretty. Okay, what else have we got? What's this one? Oh, look how much that's run, but look how pretty.
Oh, pretty.
Look at the cookie. Oh, that's gone all the way into a big puddle, but it's only in one spot, so she'll be able to get that off pretty easily. How pretty is that? Can you see the little purple lines in under the handle there?
Oh, only just.
Like little tracks, little railroad tracks. That's cute. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that was the one I'd forgotten it was even there. And then I noticed it when I'd finished glazing. And these were the only 4 glazes I hadn't put away yet. So I went, let's just do it. And I'm so glad I did, because that's so mean. That's 2 Honey Flux all over. And then Autumn Purple was on the belly part, so it's moved heaps. And then soft green, something and something. So Plat Mug, Honey Flux, Autumn Purple, Charlotte and Soft Aqua. So Charlotte up here and Soft Aqua in the middle. Ah, it's pretty.
That's really pretty.
Honey Flux makes glazes so pretty. I just love that Autumn Purple on Honey Flux. That's pretty.
Well, it's because, like, you always say that you love the pastel colours, and that's what it softens everything.
Yeah. I'm definitely a pastel girl. That's why I like all the soft glazes, the Spectrum Soft, soft green, soft aqua, soft red. Oh, that was that was a fail. I like it, but it's not what I wanted. So that was for Lisa Finkel inspired by Lisa Finkel as well. So that was winter wood, lavender mist, and then I did the light flux that we've been talking about, where you leave a band at the bottom and you get the dark. And I thought, I've done raspberry mist, I'll try lavender mist and see if I get the purple line. Well, that's run way too much.
Yeah.
But I love it still. Still
That's
pretty.
really pretty though.
And the D handle that I've been trying more to do, that's really pretty. And then I did the same. I actually did light flux all over inside as well, because I didn't want it to be dark lavender mist purple inside with it being pale outside. And I was worried about what would happen, because I even put it on the bottom, and that's beautiful. There's no pinholing or anything.
Yeah,
that's
that
so
is
pretty.
really pretty.
And it didn't go off. So close. Again, look here. So close.
And that's got your shaved bottom.
Yeah. Do you know what? That was funny. Somebody commented, last kiln I had that bee mug, which I have kept, Lindy Lou's bee mug. And I didn't even realise that I had done that on the bottom. And it's not Lindy Lou, somebody commented and said, oh, it looks like a honeycomb on the honey mug. And I thought, oh, I didn't even mean that, but yeah. So I love it even more now. Last piece. Oh, Jane will laugh at this one. That is a massive fail. So this one, I had done the golden honey all over, and I put the bee transfers on, and this one was the first one. And when I took the paper off, what I have learnt now is if you put transfers on, I don't know if it's because it was bisque or because it was glazed or both. If you put it on, so I put the transfers on, I wet them again, and I wet them again each time I let them dry. And then I peeled it off while it was wet. Well, it stayed on the paper, not on the mug. So with the next one, I thought, well, there's probably all going to be fails. But with the next one, I let it dry completely. And when I peeled the paper off, they were perfect, as you can see. They stayed on the mug. So there's a little tip for you as well. Transfers, wet them a lot so it transfers over, but then let the paper completely dry before you peel it off. And it was heaps better.
Because it's not a porous surface. It's got nothing to
See, whereas I'm used to doing them on greenware, and it doesn't matter. They transfer beautifully because the glaze absorbs it. But yeah, on bisqueware, let the paper dry before you peel it off. So I had this golden yellow mug, and I'm like, what am I going to do with it? And again, just chucked on whatever bottles I had open, and that's horrible.
Yeah, that's not nice.
That is, what is that? That is Autumn Purple Shallot Louisiana Bayou. Well, there you go. That'll turn anyone off Louisiana Bayou.
Oh, but hang on. Look at the purple you've got in the middle.
Yeah, that's the Autumn Purple.
Yeah, that's kind of pretty. But
yeah,
no. Not the top.
Yeah, well, you put blue with yellow, you're going to get green. So, you know, that's horrendous. But you know what? What do I say? Mugs that I hate always sell. You know, that I don't know if I told you guys, that mug that I did that quite a few kiln loads ago was really big mug, and I put these big garish hearts on it, and I made it hot pink. The whole thing was hot pink, and I put poppy fields on the hearts. It was the most garish thing you ever seen in your life. Sold first market. This lady just said, I'm not even here for a mug. I love this mug. I have to have this mug in my life, and bought the mug. And I'm like, what's going on in the universe? So maybe I'll take it still, because this hasn't run off. There's nothing wrong with it.
I want to look at it and go, oh my gosh, they're my perfect colours.
And if they don't, I'll put it in the bin, or I'll put
it's not
light flux or dark flux or something on it. Who knows?
And the only reason that you say it, because it's not ugly, it's a really nice shaped cup and everything, just that's not our colours. That
green. Even if I put light flux or even honey flux over to lighten it, maybe I could like it. I don't know, but the interesting experiment. Maybe I'll just keep chucking glaze on it. Didn't the Unsets do that with a bowl once? They kept throwing glaze on and refiring, and Todd's going, this poor bowl, it's just going to fall apart in a minute. Maybe I'll do that with this and just see. That would be fun. Each kiln will have it come out with something else on it. Maybe I'll chuck honey flux on it now and put it back in with honey flux on it and see what happens, because it can't be worse. It'll run off though, probably. But if I keep it just on the green, because the rest's not too bad.
Yeah, but at the moment it's a good mug. It's a saleable mug, even though you don't like the colours.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it had a crack handle or something, I wouldn't bother. But I'm just thinking it could be just fun. You know, I like having continual things, almost like a series where you're following along and you know what's going on. So stay tuned. Well, I will. I'll put that through.
Yes.
Next kiln we'll have that, and we'll have the big vase with extra honey flux and light flux and see what happens. It's a kiln favourite. I don't have, I don't know, did I actually have anything? I mean, I love the colours in that. Are just so me. That's stunning. But I would have to give it to the canister if the lid fit. But only because, you know, when you have something in your head and it comes out exactly how you pictured it, that is how I pictured it. So I've just got to grind the lid a bit and it'll be perfect. Don't know whether to bother refiring to get the pink right around. What do you think?
I think so.
Just to get the pink to come right round. I actually remembered to put it on the top shelf to try and not get the pink to burn out. And it still did, but not on the lid, funnily
You
enough.
might have to put it in the middle of the kiln instead of near the wall.
Yeah, good idea. Maybe that's where the lid was. Maybe that's why. All right, well, there's 3 going to come through refired. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I don't know what my kiln. Maybe one of the rainbow style mugs.
The straw cup one, the better one, the
that
second one.
That started dark at the bottom and light to the. No. You had one that stuck on the bottom and light to the top.
Oh, that was the ramen bowls, the air sprayed one.
I think that's I love that glaze. I think that's really pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. All right, and for form, definitely the mini chip and dip. I'm really excited about that.
Oh no, I'd have to say your vase.
For form, but it probably won't sell. Yeah, but if you were here in real life and you tried to hold it, like I'm building up my muscles holding that vase.
Well, it's 5 kilos of clay. Of course, it's going to be heavy.
It's heavy, but that's good. It's not going to tip over when you put flowers in
With
it.
the shape and everything of it, and I love the little circular handles and everything. I think it's gorgeous.
Yes, so I am off to get some glazes out, reglaze, get the kiln back on. So the glazes will be going in wet, and it's just going to be what it will be. And yeah, that's it. So I will see you tomorrow. I'll hug you tomorrow. We'll go to Pat's. And that's it. So like and subscribe. Please subscribe to Jane at Shoebox as well. See if we can get numbers up, and also so that you don't miss me crying, screaming and hugging her.
Yes, let's see if we can get it to 1,000 in a couple of weeks, so that by the time you're there, it'll tick over to 1,000 while you're there. That'd be so cool.
That would be ultra cool. That would be awesome.
Yes.
Okay, well, anyway, so thank you very much for joining. Stay muddy and have a magic day. Bye.